O Allah, I used to disobey you when I was in the world. Will I still continue to disobey you here in the hereafter? The mercy of Allah is something you can never quantify. If you happen to be an inmate of hell on the day of judgment, then trust me, you've got no excuse. It is said that on the day of judgment, two people will be called out of hell. Allah commands them to come forward, and they are being asked, have you found what I promised you to be true? And they reply, O Allah, we found every single thing you've promised us of punishment. And Allah says, are you being wronged? They reply, definitely not. We are not being wronged. And they are asked to go back to hell. One of them stays behind while the other hastens to go back to hell. Allah calls upon that person who hastens to go back to hell to come. And he asks them again, you who stayed behind, didn't you hear my command? He replied, O Allah, when you commanded me to come out of the hell, I had a good thought about you, and I thought that out of your mercy, you wouldn't return me back to the hell. I was happy. I was so joyous that you have commanded me to come out of hell, and out of your mercy, as merciful as you can be, you wouldn't return me back to hell. Allah says, you have spoken the truth. Allah says to the second person, you have tasted from the punishment of hell. You have seen the torment of hell. You have been punished. Why would you hasten to go back into the hell? Why will you decide to put yourself into hell a second time when you had the opportunity to come out? What made you hasten back to the hell when I commanded so? Listen to how beautifully he replied Allah. He said, O Allah, I used to disobey you when I was in the world. Will I still continue to disobey you here in the hereafter? Allah says, you have spoken the truth. Then Allah commands them, by my mercy, enter into Jannah and you live forever therein. That is how merciful Allah can be. And that is why Allah says in the Quran, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. No matter how far you've gone in disobedience, no matter how deep you are into sin, do not lose hope in the mercy of Allah. Allah is the most merciful. He calls himself Arhamur Rahimin, the most merciful, and he deserves to be called by that.